Hey guys, today I want to show y'all a new piece of makeup that I just got. It's one of a new Smashbox spring collection for 2013, and it is the Love Me collection. And I know that a lot of makeup lovers, sometimes you get something and you bring it home and you look at it and you think, man, it is just almost too pretty to use. It is so pretty in its packaging and in its box. I don't want to mess it up by putting my eyeshadow brushes in it and, you know, playing with it and smudging it up. And that's how I feel about this. It's so pretty in its packaging. I've had this for maybe a couple of weeks, and today was the first time that I used it. I've set it out on my vanity and I've looked at it, and I swatched it in the store, but when I brought it home, I just really didn't want to mess it up by putting my brush in it. And so it's a really lovely little eyeshadow palette. It was a bit expensive, I will admit, but I'm really looking forward to having this just to look at and use, and I'm looking forward to having it for a long time. And so I'm sure a lot of people have seen this in the store by now. There's quite a few YouTube videos with looks using it and things like that. But honestly, one of the main reasons I bought it is just that it's so pretty in its packaging. And so you've got the case here, and then it's got another little piece that that you can fold up, and it says Love Me, and the little the M on the me is a heart. And this is based on some street art by a guy named Curtis Kulig, who honestly I've never heard of, but apparently in New York he does graffiti art and street art, and his thing is that he writes Love Me a lot. And it's a really pretty, the E looks like a little ribbon, and the M is a little heart. And it's just really gorgeous, and I think it works really well. It's kind of interesting to go from street art to a makeup collaboration that he's done with Smashbox. But and then on top of it being such a pretty palette, the makeup inside it is phenomenal. And so I think before I've gotten things that are really pretty in their packaging, but that's it. When you get it out and you use it, you don't really enjoy putting it on and using it. It's just really pretty in the packaging. And I've gotten quite a few things that way, and it's kind of disappointing that you like it so much and it's so much fun to look at, but when you put it on, it's kind of disappointing. So it's really nice about this is that it is fabulous makeup inside of there. And so I got it out, and today I was looking at it, and I was wearing this corally shirt, and I thought, well, that pretty corally color right there would be just about the perfect color eyeshadow to wear. So I put it on, and it goes on phenomenally. It is soft, but it's not crumbly, and it's not overly powdery, and it's got a slight metallic finish to it, and it's really nice. And so you've got, I showed you before, the little clear panel, and you pull that up, and then this panel here that says Love Me, that's hard plastic, and you can pull that up also. And then you have your eyeshadows inside. And so it's kind of interesting that all the eyeshadows are a different size and a different shape. I've got some swatches here of this eyeshadow to show you. And I'll start with this coppery shade right here, the small one. And it is right here on the bottom of my hand. And it is a pretty coppery shade. All of these are very smooth, very pigmented. The next one that I have is the corally shade on the top here. And it is this one right here on my hand. It's a beautiful corally shade. I put it on my lid today, and it's worn really well. And then the lightest shade in the palette is a pretty champagne-y beige color right here. Each shade is not named in the palette, but they're all lovely shades. Then we have the matte brown that's right there, and it's a nice crease color there. And then finally the strip on the side, the chocolatey brown, and it's got a little bit of gold shimmer in it, and it's this shade right here on the top of my hand. And so I'll show you me doing a swatch real quick so you can see it going on, how nice and pigmented these are. And so I'll just get a little of that coppery shade and put it on my hand, and you see how well it goes on. Such a pretty shade, swatches so well. You can see how well that just a little swatch of that goes on, and it's such a gorgeous palette. So I'm so happy I bought this. Like I said, it is pricey. It is $34 for the palette. There's another palette with different colors. It has a really gorgeous silvery purple shade in it. It's got some lighter, like a light blue, a light purple. It's got a really deep navy in it. It's got some really lovely shades too, but they weren't really shades I could see myself using enough to warrant paying $34 for it. And this one had more neutral pretty colors. And so I was really excited to get this. I was also tempted. They had a nice, like a felt tip, a thick paint pen. And I thought about that one, but it was $24, and I think you can find a lot of good drugstore type for quite a bit cheaper. I did, however, pick up the blush in the collection, and here's the packaging on it. It's really lovely, pretty. I did, however, pick up the blush in the collection. I'll let you see the packaging there. It has the Love Me like the other one does. The Smashbox website calls this a poppy pink, and I think it's a really lovely color. I thought it was interesting. When I get home, when I get a new blush, a lot of times I'll get home and I'll try to like swatch it against some other shades that I have to see if I have anything similar, if I have a duplicate for it, if I really need that shade. When I saw this, the first thought was that it's a really pretty pinky shade. I didn't think it was too corally. The one that I found that I thought, it's not a dupe for it, but it's pretty close, and it's this one by Tarte called Magic, and it is a definite corally peachy shade. I'll show you next to the other one that came in that kit. This was from the Christmas kit that Tarte came out with. Next to the pink shade, this is a definite orange shade, but that's not what I thought when I saw this one. And so I have swatches. The bottom shade here is the one from the Love Me collection, and the top shade is the Tarte one. And so they're not exactly alike. You can definitely tell the one on top is more of a peachy color, but they're pretty close. So if you got the Christmas collection blush collection from Tarte, then you probably don't need to rush out and buy this shade. But I did think, this is called Idolize Me. Each of the palettes has a really cute name that has to do with loving or adoring. Like this eyeshadow palette is called Admire Me. The other one that had more of the purples and the blues, that one was called Entice Me. And this really gorgeous blush is called Idolize Me. And it was kind of pricey at $28, but I know this one is one that I'll get a lot of use out of, so that's how I'm justifying my purchase there. They also had a couple of lipsticks that were really pretty. They were a little bolder than what I wanted to go right now. One of them's a bright red, and it's called Love Me. And then there is a pretty coral that's pretty intense, and that one was called Tempt Me, and they were $19 a piece, which isn't too bad for lipsticks. And then they have some lip glosses, a hot pink called Admire Me, and a nuder shade called Charm Me. And so anyway, that was the entire Smashbox collection. I'm super happy about the ones that I bought. I think I'm going to enjoy these for a long, long time. And if there's anything else you'd like to see, let me know. But those are my thoughts on that. I'm excited about it. Y'all have a good day.